Flosstube, I'm back. It's Mandy from Mandy Needs Stitches. You can find me at that same name on Instagram as well. Welcome back to Flosstube number 4. Today is Saturday, September 12th. Yeah, and I've got lots of finishes, or FFOs actually, FFOs to show you. It was a busy week. Let's see, a little bit of life update. Not a whole lot has happened here, just hanging out with my kids at home. I do start a new job on Monday. I accepted a pediatric nurse practitioner position at a clinic here in Georgia. So I'm excited about it. I worked with kids at my last job, but it wasn't primarily kids, so it should be a good learning experience. And I'm looking forward to it. It's a lot of hours. It's going to be full time. I haven't worked full time since having kids, so my last job it was 4 days a week. So that'll be a bit of an adjustment. I don't know how much stitching time I'm going to get. I'm sure this next week I'm going to be exhausted. Just getting back into the swing of work after not working since March. And even then, when I went back to work after having my second son in November, I went back in January and I only worked part-time, 20 hours a week. So it's an adjustment regardless, but I'm excited. Give me some, use my brain a little more with the training I went to school for. So, okay, so let's get to the stitching. I have a couple big finishes I'm excited about. The first one I'll just start with because you can see it here. This was my oldest whip that I had said a few videos ago. I really wanted to finish it this year, and then after filming last week, I just kind of got the urge to work on it, and so I finished it. And I'm really excited. This is called Winter Deer by Stitchrovia. It's stitched on a piece of 14 count opalescent Aida that I got at Hobby Lobby probably, or one of the other big box stores. I'm pretty sure it was Hobby Lobby. Stitched in DMC, 2 strands of floss. And then the frame I got from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, Hobby Lobby also. Just a simple white frame. This was like a stock frame that I just had on the wall. And so I followed some Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch as well as Kitten Stitcher. Both here on Flosstube have videos of how to pin your stitching to a piece of foam core board. So that was kind of trial and error. I had to figure out how to do that, but I did it. Pinned it around, and the back's not pretty, But this is just a piece of mat board that I put in there behind the stitching, and I'll probably cover it with paper maybe, but it's the back so nobody sees it, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm really excited to have this as a finish. Feels pretty good, and it, the stitching's not perfect. Sorry that I have a very terrible camera apparently on my laptop. But the stitching's not perfect, but it turned out I'm happy with it. So that's one. Oh, I should have showed you this first because this was a previous finish. But this is how I display these. I have a few of these by the Frosted Pumpkins that I've finished. And this is where I love fall most of all. I stitched this last year or 2 years ago, and I put them on this little thing, and it just sits on one of my entryway table. Stitched on an Aida, either 14 or 16 count, 2 strands of DMC. This is called the Frosted Pumpkins. They have kind of a series of seasonal sayings. I don't know if they've released that many this year. I haven't been following them as closely as I used to. They were kind of the first designer that got me back into cross stitch after, not back into it, but I guess into it after I'd done a couple dimensions kits. But anyway, that's a previous finish. I haven't stitched that. I didn't stitch that last week or anything. Oops. Okay, next. I showed you this as a finish, maybe last video, maybe 2 videos ago. This is called Begin Row by Bent Creek. This was a Mania starter, and I finished it recently. And then I fully finished it this last week. Stitched on an 18 count charcoal Aida, stitched with a mix of DMC and fancy floss. I think it's some of the called for colors. I mounted it on, this is foam core too. I just felt like it's such a long piece, it was easier to pin it to the foam core. And then I glued with Eileen's tacky glue this jute cord. There's 2 separate mat boards on here, but you can't always see the one. And then this frame piece came from the unfinished wood section at Hobby Lobby. And I colored this, was white, and I painted it with some chalk paint, Waverly chalk paint. It's just called celery color. But yeah, I'm happy with it. I haven't decided where I'm going to put it yet in my house, but really the camera is terrible. It says at the bottom, it says a journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. I liked it, so that's another one. A couple more. So this is, I think I showed you this as a finish last week too. I finished the stitching and then I FFO'd it. This is Blue by Crochet Cocoa. I mounted it on some mat board. Another piece of mat board. This is just a black Moda fabric. This door I found at Joann's. And so that was pretty simple. I did mount it with magnets so I could change it out if I want, but I don't think I will. This does, I can hang. I don't know if I'll display it as a hanger or just kind of leaning up against a wall, but I was pretty excited about this. I really, really like this pattern. I feel like the colors just pop, and I really like it. Okay, so this one was also a finished stitching last week. And I FFO'd it a few days ago. I got this, it's by Stone Street Stitchworks. It's called Thankful. It's stitched on an even weave. That's, I think, 28 count with the called for DMC. And then this little basket is in the Target dollar spot right now. I think it's $3. Target dollar section. There's a window over here, and so it's casting a lot of light. It's like 11 o'clock right now. So, anyways, finished this. Got some picks. It's 2 different picks from probably Hobby Lobby. I don't remember. And then the picks are hot glued in there, and this, I put the stitching on a magnet, but I'm pretty excited about this finish. I'll probably either lean it up against a wall or maybe display it in the easel kind of thing, closer to Thanksgiving. But I like that one. Oops. Okay, 2 more. Sorry, I lied. This is just a little finish that I don't know how I feel about it, but I did the stitching on this piece. It's called Autumn Flowers, I think, it's in a magazine. It's in a Just Cross Stitch magazine. Fall 2016, 2017, maybe. I just picked floss from my stash. It's stitched on a random piece of linen. It's tiny. It says, in the pattern it says flowers up here, but I left that off. And then this little wreath thing came from Hobby Lobby. I finished the stitching like this. It's kind of rough. This is my first circle finish. But I found these wood I don't know, wood circular pieces at Walmart. And what did I do? I covered it with some batting and then put the stitching on, and I gathered the fabric in the back, and then I covered it with another wood circle finish because the back looked terrible. And then there was like an edge, so I lined it with this. So I could just maybe put some felt on the back and do it as an ornament. And I kind of liked popping it in this little thing, but it's not, just kind of popped it in there. Looking at it on camera, I don't love it so much, and I don't know how I would display it. I don't have a tiered tray. I'm gonna get a what are those called? A dough bowl. Because see, I have those up there that I want to finish, and the pillows on that one. But anyways, I want to get a dough bowl too and have some pillow finishes, but I haven't gotten around to it, so I don't know how I'll display this. But I like it still. I like the stitched piece. I'm not sure I love the finish. Okay, and the last one, I promise, is this I finished stitching earlier this year. This is called Cinnamon Stars by Plum Street Samplers. I started as a stitch along with the academic stitcher. She has a Flosstube channel too. And so this was so much fun to stitch. I don't know why, but I loved stitching it. And I did it pretty quick because I couldn't put it down. I stitched on an Aida with a mix of the called for DMC, or with the called for Fancy Floss and DMC. Like the house is Fancy Floss, I think the roof is Fancy Floss. This fence, some of the pumpkins. But this was so much fun, and I really like this. And then I made this little pick. It's like, the two bows and a pick. And then I feel like I need to put something right here. I was thinking about cutting out some vinyl words, but I don't know what to have it say. Say like home or fall or autumn, or I don't know. The piece was in the unfinished wood section at either Hobby Lobby or Walmart. The back says Hampton Art on it, so I can't remember honestly. That's the back. If you want to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it was actually Walmart that I got it from. But yeah, I really like this finish, but it does look a little bit plain to me. Oh, so this is mounted on mat board, another piece of mat board, and then this is some Lady Dot Creates Rick Rack. And I just felt like needed a little bit of something there. But I like this piece, and I want to display it, but I feel like I need to add something in that corner. Okay, next I will talk about, I have two things that I finished the stitching on that I did an FFO, and one of them is this little, it's called Smores BBQ. It's in the Just Cross Stitch magazine. I think it's the October 2016 or 2017. Stitched on a kind of greenish tint linen. That's a mystery linen. The floss is some DMC, some, actually I think most of it's over dyed. If you want to know the colors, I can tell you, but I know this, let's see, this red is Campfire by Classic Colorworks. This bear is a Victorian Motto floss. I think this is, it was a Gentle Arts Cider Mill Brown. I think the orange is Embers. This leaf is, ooh, I can't remember. Sorry, I don't remember. If you really want to know, send me a message. and I'll look it up and tell you. Anyways, so I think I talked about last week the magazine monthly challenge group by Carolyn, by Seazook Stitch and Bird's Eye Stitcher. They're both on Flosstube. They started a Facebook group called Magazine Monthly Challenge with the goal of just getting you to use patterns in your magazines more. And so you kind of set a big goal for the month, and then there's an acrostic that goes with it, and you do what you want with the acrostic. If you want to use it for other WIPs that you have, use it for more magazine stuff, use it for the one big magazine project, it's whatever. So this was one of S'mores BBQ was one of my goals for a finish. And I finished it, so I'll probably do it in a pillow, but I don't know yet. The other finish, I think I showed you this as a WIP last time, was the truck part from Stitching with the Housewives October trucking along. Oh, I guess I could show you the pattern. Here's the pattern. And here's my finish. I know I've showed you how I FFO these for the month. This was cute, and I changed the truck purple because I thought it was too much white, and I just like purple. I really like that color purple. And I kind of hemmed and hawed about stitching the chickens in this one because I haven't been stitching them in some of the other patterns, but I thought they were cute. They look like candy corns, so, and it's cute. And I'm not a big cat person, but I thought the cat on the top was cute too. So I'm glad to have this done. I might try to FFO it this weekend before I go back to work because I'm really kind of nervous about how much I'm going to be working. That's ridiculous, but I'm kind of nervous about it. And then I showed you this last time, but here's the top part. Okay, so those are my two things I've worked on that are just finishes. And then I have a few WIPs. Most of them that I was working on were finishes, but sorry this is a mess. I was kind of in the middle of stitching it, and then my husband got home he went hunting this morning because it's the first day of archery season here in Georgia, and I think he's as obsessed with hunting as I am with cross stitch and quilting, so it's good. We have our own hobbies to keep us busy. Don't get on each other's nerves. But anyways, he went out early this morning and he came back, so now he's watching my 4-year-old while the baby is napping. So anyways, I was in the middle of stitching this and I said, oh, I have a few minutes, let's film a video. So here we are. Okay, this is the October Cottage of the Month by Country Cottage Needleworks. I'm doing the stitch along with Happy Little Stitch Shop. She is a seller on, it's just a website. I don't think it's not Etsy. HappyLittleStitchShop.com. She is on Instagram and very responsive if you DM her. But this has been a fun stitch. We've received I think 7 months or so. It started last year. But here is how far I've got on the stitching. It is close to done. I just have to finish filling in the house, the roof, and the top border, and there's another flower over here. This is on a 32 count white chocolate linen by Zweigart, stitched with the called for DMC. So that's fun. And then a couple other WIPs. This one I started yesterday just because I wanted to. It's called Candy Corn of Mischief by Bent Creek. So this comes as like a kit. You get the linen, the floss, and the pattern in the package. I bought it last year from Fat Quarter Shop. But it uses the pearl cottons instead of like DMC, so you can see they're kind of thicker. I haven't ever done stitch with this before, and so I think that's part of the reason I was excited about it, to start it, try something new. The linen is called an 18 count linen, so it's pretty big. Pretty big, gosh, I can't tell really, but the holes are big. It's really easy to see. I would say if you are kind of nervous about linen or want to try it, this would be a good place to start, because you stitch it over two, and with the pearl cotton, it's just one strand. The stitches are big, but it's cute. I was trying to finish out this color, and then I got busy with something else and didn't pick it back up yesterday. But I got a couple things in. So 18 count linen, called for pearl cotton colors. It's a kit from Bent Creek, and it's cute. I have a few other of these kits. I got like one that's little leaves and a pumpkin shape. There's a witch's hat with bats on it. And so I have those. They're kind of Halloween themed. They have another one called Flag of Stars. That's a patriotic theme. It's a flag with stars that I want to get for next year. Okay, 2 more whips. This one, I also started this last week. It's by Crochet Cocoa. I don't know how to say her name. It's very Italian. She's got a shop on Etsy. The pattern is called Shabby Autumn Calendar. I got this pattern off of Fat Quarter Shop, but I ended up liking her stuff so much that I ordered a couple from her recently, and they will be shipped from Italy, so it'll take a little bit to get here, probably a month or so. Anyways, I really love like the whimsical, I don't even know what to call it, but I just really like this. But it's a big one. It's huge, 218 by 345, like giant. So here's my start. This is stitched on an 18 count Ada in Toast by Bee Stitch Me. So and I needed a really big piece because the thing is so giant. This is a 18 by 25 cut. But Toast is a really good, like, neutral of hers, are really good of Bee Stitch Me. So anyways, this is stitched with DMC, the call for DMC, 1 strand of floss over 1 Ada square. And I don't love 18 count Ada. I'm trying to like it because I have a couple pieces. I wanted to stitch this on this color. I think it's going to look really good. But for some reason, I just feel like I'm fighting the fabric or something. Here's the colors. So very nice fall colors, but I don't know if I'll have this finished this year. That would be a pretty lofty goal to get it finished. I figured I could do 1 or 2 squares and have it up maybe by the middle of the month, but by the middle of fall, but I don't know. 1 or 2 squares. I don't know what I was thinking. It probably won't be done. If it was all I worked on, maybe, but I don't know. Unless I can, sometimes, so I stitch in hand, and the linen or the Ada softens up usually as you work with it, and so it gets easier. I haven't ever worked with a piece of 18 count long enough for it to like soften up, so I don't know. Hopefully it does soften up a little bit and I can stitch with it a little bit faster, but we'll see. Okay, last whip is Talk, or Let's Talk Autumn by Hands On Design. This is kind of doing it as a stitch along. I started it with the group, and then some people are done. I am not done. stitched on a 16 count chalkboard Aida. I don't care for 16 count Aida either. I like 32 count linen, which is the same in my head to 16 count, but it's easier to stitch on or something. This too just feels stiff, I guess. I don't know. I'm using the called for DMC. And this really shouldn't take me very long because words stitch up pretty fast, but I don't know if I'll have this finished this year either, and that kind of makes me sad. I kind of want to have that finished. I don't know. But that's it for whips. I have some hauls because I've lost my mind in the stash acquisition category. Just gone crazy. Anyways, this is one piece of haul that I got from Fat Quarter Shop. On there, they had it was their flash sale like last week or 2 weeks ago. It's called Season Sampler Autumn by Madame Chantilly. So she's got 4 like houses. And Claire's kind of bad, sorry. And they had another one, another season for sale this week, so I bought that too. I think it was winter maybe, or spring or summer, I don't remember. Stitch cards from Loyal Hope Set. And I showed you the floss pack that I got last week. And then I think I'm going to stitch it on this scrap piece of linen, stitch these 4 as little individual pieces as pillows, finish them as pillows. So there's that. I placed an order with 123 Stitch and got some fabric. This is 32 count vintage smoky white linen that I had heard a couple people talk about, and I just felt like I really liked it. So I think I'm going to stitch this on this with these floss. Those are mostly Victorian model. I haven't decided about doing the All Hallows Eve at the bottom. I like it, but I feel like if it wasn't there, I'd be able to display it longer, but then who really cares? So I'll probably end up stitching the All Hallows Eve. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I'll stitch it someday. Another thing, I saw Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. She stitched this, and she changed some of the colors a little bit, like added some orange, I think, to the pumpkins, and maybe a few other colors, but I really liked it. So I got the pattern, and I want to stitch it. I think I'll do it on this piece that I also got from 123 Stitch, a 36 count bramble. And I think it's a picture of this floss. But so I'll do that. I haven't pulled the floss yet, but I will. And then let's see, this is probably August's floss of the month from Threads Entwined. I'm in her 10 skein floss of the month for Color and Cotton. And so these are the colors that came for that. Really pretty ones. Yeah, the variegation on this one is really cool, called Goblin. I think I might have another skein of this, and it would be fun to see it in some kind of not solid color. I can't think of it. It's not just like doing it with just this skein. Skein is what I'm trying to say. But these are nice. They're not Color and Cotton's definitely probably say my favorite floss company, actually. I might go out and say that. Okay. And then this. Okay, so what am I trying to say? I heard about Anita's Little Stitches from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, and I think, who else? Oh, Barbara's daughter talked about them, and they have a lot of floss packs for a lot of Blackbird designs. They sell some fabric too, I think. Yeah, they do, because I bought some fabric from them, but they have this Oh Joyous Day floss pack. So I showed you this in whole last time. Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird Designs, but they have a floss pack for it. So I got that, and then I also got some linen. I think it was from them. This is called Flax. Flax 30. I think that's a 36 count. Sorry, it's in a bag, but that's what I'm gonna stitch on. Oh Joyous Day. Stitch Oh Joyous Day on. And then also from them, I had ordered the floss pack for this one. She works with willing hands in the sewing club book. That I was going to stitch on this piece of 36 count platinum linen with, here's the floss graphical 4 colors. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And then lastly, I got the floss pack for All Joys for Dine, which I don't have the pattern yet. The pattern's coming from Threads Entwined. She had a big sale a couple weeks ago, like 25% off patterns. And so I ordered a bunch of patterns from her. That should come this next week, so I'll have that to show you next time. But I got the floss pack for it, and then I don't know if I'm going to stitch it. This is a 32 count Patriots Brew by R&R Women. Or I think the called for is Oaken, which I had in my stash, so I pulled it just to see. But here is the business card for that shop. Anita's Little Stitches. Really fast shipping, like you order and they ship it basically the next day, which is cool if you are impatient like I can be sometimes. Okay. So I think that's it. That's everything. I thought this video would take a little bit longer, but it didn't, so that's good. 33 minutes in. I have been having a desire to sew lately, so I'm gonna try to sew this evening. My son, my youngest right now, sleeps in my sewing room, so that's kind of he's in a pack and play in this. This is our third bedroom, our spare bedroom, and I have all my sewing, crafting crap in here. But because he's little and he cries a little bit at night, we didn't want him to put him in the room with my 4-year-old yet, which eventually they will. But anyways, he's in here right now, and so I haven't gotten to do any sewing, which I haven't been pulled to do either, but now I have a desire to do something other than cross stitch lately. I think I kind of went through this finish palooza, and I don't know, I just want to sew some stuff. I think I want to make a project bag because that would get like an easy, quick finish. In one day kind of finish. I have some other like quilts all kitted up and ready to go that I really want to cut up and start, but for some reason I haven't wanted to like piece a quilt. I don't know. Anyways, I don't care. I don't even know if you wanted to know about that. But hopefully I could be back next week with some stitching. If I don't have anything to show you, then I probably won't do a video. But if I do have some stuff, then I'll make a video. I'll tell you how my first week back at work went. What else? I think that's all I have to say right now. If you're new here, welcome. Hopefully you liked what you saw and you will subscribe and like the video. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for watching. I had a few people comment and ask me questions last time, so that was nice. If you, as I said several times, please reach out to me if you have a question about anything. And then I will be back, and hopefully next week. Yeah, happy stitching, everybody.